Living Local presents Biz Buzz 413 with your host, Jill Munson.
Before we get started with today's pilot episode of Biz Buzz 413, a couple quick thank you shout outs. Tiger Web Designs. Thanks for making us look awesome on the World Wide Web. Thank you as well to Chick Media for all of your public relations expertise. A thank you to my company, Pop More, confidence coaching and training done differently. And of course, a huge thank you to livinglocal413.org. On today's episode, we're going to talk with one expert from each of the four counties that make up the 413. We'll chat about economic development and what's going on Main Street in their communities. Check it out. We have one more stop on our tour of Main Streets throughout Western Mass, and this one is our northernmost friends in Franklin County. So joining me is Hannah Rechtschaffen, Director of the Greenfield Business Association. Most important, did I get the name right? Even close?
Really close.
Rechtschaffen.
Rechtschaffen.
Nailed it. Rechtschaffen. There we go.
Ooh, with the flourish. Yes, Jill.
So I wanted to start, as we have with all the counties before you, because like I said, we traveled up 91. We're stopping right before we get to Vermont. And I just would love for you to tell me a little bit more about GBA, the Greenfield Business Association, and what your role is.
Yes, absolutely. So I am the Executive Director of the Greenfield Business Association. So we represent businesses here in Greenfield. It does connect out. I mean, Franklin County is a real ecosystem and beyond. So we have wonderful business members right here in our small city. And the goal of the GBA is to support all businesses in the greater Greenfield area. So we are funded, powered by our business members. We're so grateful to them. And the work that they are getting behind is really rising the tide for all boats, recognizing how all businesses in Greenfield and beyond fit together, support each other, address challenges, which we'll talk about more. So my job is to look for opportunities, look for challenges, and then be buzzing around constantly, connecting business owners, stakeholders, employees, residents, and trying to build a really wonderful, strong ecosystem here.
I love that. Well, earlier when I introduced myself to everyone, because some people don't know me, I know, but I did say that my superpower is connecting. So if we should definitely be getting together and sharing our superpower, Hannah. So
yes, anytime.
I love that you said that though, because sometimes people think in bubbles, right? So like I live in the city of Springfield. But Greenfield, although a little bit up the highway, is equally as important to me as, let's say, Pittsfield. If we don't all rise together. So talk a bit about what's going on Main Street, USA, sort of in Greenfield, in Franklin County. What's some of what you're seeing, both the positive growth, but also the challenges. What's going on?
Yes, absolutely right. You can't really talk about one without the other. And I'll give a little pat on the back to Greenfield. We were nominated for and got into the Strongest Town competition earlier this year. Amazing.
Wait, did you actually have to like lift logs? No, I'm just kidding. Tug of war.
I know. We get that question a lot. So Strong Towns is an incredible national organization. They run this competition every year. It's not about being a perfect town. It's about looking at the resiliency of your town. Who's in the space? Who's working together? What are you trying to do? And, we got in after being nominated. We made it all the way to the final four. One of the most amazing parts of that experience is being reminded that every town, every city is dealing with the same challenges, right? This competition had everything from Greenfield up to Calgary, Alberta, Sacramento, Marion, Ohio. Like, we all are dealing with so many challenges. And so I would say what really comes down to roost here in Greenfield is that we have incredible businesses, a lot of locally owned businesses. We have franchises, we have big industry, we have corporate, and keeping everyone connected to one another and in an ecosystem mindset.
Right.
Actually, in Franklin County, I think something that we really excel at. It's something that recently I've been sitting in meetings and people say, wow, in Franklin County, you are so collaborative.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from our history up here. It's an agricultural history. It's a gritty history.
Yeah.
We've seen a ton of change, just like every other town and city, right?
Yeah.
And so as you go through these cycles of change, you figure out what still applies, what needs to be let go of. And people in positions like mine or Jesse Dean at the Chamber or our incredible economic development director, Amy Kaling, our work is to help with those cycles of change, to be the ones that are willing to let go of some things, picture things differently, and then really address what the needs are now. So, I could go on and on. I'm not going to bore your audience with the super typical, like, online shopping is so hard, whatever. It's like the hard thing is that we do have businesses here that want your support, need your support. We do have incredible businesses opening up every day, and we have businesses closing. And so constantly riding those waves, encouraging our community to make the choice to shop local when they can afford it, when they have the time, making sure that people in the community and in our greater community know what's here. How do you find out what's going on? How do you find out what's available? How do you dispel myths or misconceptions about your business community? So I think one of the big challenges is that we all get into certain mindsets about what's available, what's affordable, what's needed, what's wanted. And the biggest thing for us is what's a mindset and what is reality, and how do we help navigate from one to the other with empathy and real understanding. So, that at the end of the day, that's the work. Obviously, I could drill down on challenges so much more, but
we'll be back. We're going to bring you back. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You'll come back? Okay, good.
I'd love to come back.
Sign on the dotted line. No,
yes.
I think, so first of all, thank you. I think what you said is so, and it is 413, but it is New England, that we have we've done it this way forever mindset. And I am starting to see a shift, not just in Franklin County, but across our counties, across our Commonwealth. And that is what is going to be needed, because the tried and true parts of it you can pull and use the values, but then you have to evolve that. So Hannah, thank you so much. That is the whole goal of having Living Local 413. Thank you to everybody out there who's listening today. We're going to have our next episode, and we're going to talk with Robin from Bay State OBGYN Group about the importance of women's health. Also, make sure you follow us on all the things, all the channels, all the cool kids are doing it. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can follow us at Living Local 413. I am Jill Munson. I'm thrilled to be your host for Living Local's BizBuzz 413. And please remember that you are part of one of the most remarkable area codes in the country, 413. And each one of us here has a voice. So until next time.
BizBuzz 413 was brought to you by Living Local.